Then we just have to tell people to go to that one. I don't remember. So there's no chat on this one yet.
Hi. Okay, we have a couple people saying hello. Good, good, good.
All right, good. So we are live. Oh, fantastic. We weren't sure.
We have some folks coming in from the other page.
Yeah, so we have to hi Tiash. Oh,
Hi.
Thanks for finding us. So we had to quickly create a new tour because, oh gosh, I'm boring myself already.
Essentially, you have to create the tour on your phone, on your mobile device, if you're going to use your mobile device.
Right.
And we created it on our
laptop.
Hi,
everyone.
It's ridiculous, I tell you.
Yeah, so we quickly created another tour, and we put that link in the old tour chat. Oh my gosh. Because we wanted to use our phone, use our mobile device, because we want to take this tour out and about. We're going to start here, and then hi everyone. We're going to venture outside. So yeah, hi Mark. So that's what our plan is. Nope, wrong way. There we go.
I'm gonna delete this other tour as well.
Okay.
Which could be a disaster.
But everyone in that other tour,
hopefully
we're gonna find out.
Here it goes.
Yeah, here goes.
Hopefully you're all still with us.
Yeah.
I just deleted it. I'm just gonna go a little bit because I feel like I can't see. There we go. Yay. Can you hear us okay, by the way? Let us know if you can hear us okay.
Susan, that sounds ominous. We will find you.
Yeah.
That was my take on it. That was my line reading.
I'm also gonna go to our...
Oh, good. Thanks, Tish.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm also gonna go over to our Facebook page.
Rosie bounced over. Okay, good. Perfect. Great.
Just like a bunny, Rosie. We knew this would be a disaster. I shouldn't say we knew. We were 90% sure.
Yeah. We thought, we were like, oh my gosh. As soon as we knew we had to potentially create a new tour so that we could transfer from here in our apartment out and about, we knew we were going to run into trouble. So anyway, hi, Myra. So agile. Good, excellent. Oh, thanks everyone. Yes, Robin, we're gonna try to venture outside. Also, I think the chat is faster, like the lag time.
Yeah, so that worked. We did a test a couple days ago, and we noticed that the chat was 20 seconds behind, and we were like, "That's not going to work for us."
Yeah,
we moved much faster than that. We are New Yorkers, and I think we found a setting where the quality of the stream won't be as good, but the chat will be quicker.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
Wait,
how'd we do, Rosie? Rosie said, "Say pineapple when you see this."
How fast was that?
We should have counted it. I guess we could do. Oh, Jennifer Moore, it's your birthday. Well, here's to many more birthdays.
That's right.
I just changed our...
And in honor of your birthday, we will have cake today. I will be honest with you, that's not very different than many other days. Sure. But today we'll have it in honor of your birthday.
Yeah, absolutely. We're about 5 minutes away from actually starting, by the way. Yay, I'm so glad to get to live tour. Yay. You know what? I just realized I can probably click on the link and see the chat better.
Yeah.
Here. Boom, boom, boom.
This is exciting. It's a whole new world, right? Oh my gosh. We we're still learning. We're figuring out lots of ideas are coming to us, and YouTube is a new world to us. So we're learning all of the possibilities and the things that we cannot, the things that we can and cannot do there. So it's a learning curve for all of us, but thank you all. We know that we have viewers right now because of the platform Hago, and we're so grateful to that because of this, and we're still able to get together, and we hope to keep it going. There's growing pains with these types of things, and we're hoping to work it all out, but our heads are spinning these days with figuring out new ways. And Aaron is much more technically savvy than I am.
As I was saying,
I just see, I just pass out. When you get so overwhelmed with learning something new, and the information's coming so fast that I just get to a point where I'm just I'm gonna go to sleep. You know what I mean? But
J Dill in the house. Neil, I saw that picture of the pie. It looked right, Neil. That picture.
Yes.
Yeah. And I hope it was enjoyable.
It is supposed to be a little jiggly. Seems a little jiggly, and then it sets.
Yeah, then it sets. Yeah. Somebody said new dead cats. We're trying these new Bluetooth microphones, which we've been using on our pre-recorded tours that we're doing, which we still haven't solidified the name yet of those. And we're going to try it outside and see how it sounds as we make our way out and about. But I haven't committed to new dead cats for them yet. So we're still using our dead monkey. For those that don't know what we're talking about, a dead cat is the terrible slang term for wind protectors on microphones. And many of the viewers were with us in Florida when our dead cats got left behind. And so we bought a stuffed monkey at a dollar store and cut it up and used the stuff. So this is remnants of that stuffed monkey still on our microphone. Your microphone's not facing you, by the way.
Oh, whoops.
There we go.
There we go. That's better.
I'm just gonna, yes, learning how to fall. Exactly, Robin. That's exactly what we're doing. We're learning how to fall and fail.
I mean, I guess technically we've said 2 p.m., so we still have 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
Before we officially, start. But we're just out of curiosity, for some crazy reason, we're just curious if anyone is here watching us that is not a Hago person, that knows nothing about Hago. We're just curious if you just found us. We're still learning the algorithms of YouTube and how that works. And how people might find us. So if you happen to be new to us here on YouTube only, let us know.
Yeah, they're not Rode mics, Neil. They're a different brand. I forget what it is. The Rode mics were so expensive, and these were a little more affordable. And I'm very frugal, so we're trying the frugal route first. Laura, you don't see this on the calendar. We'll get to that in a minute. There's an explanation for that. And somebody else said something. Oh, what do the scissors mean? Pam says, I see that, Pam, right here, clip. By the way, I'm looking at our computer screen below.
We don't know what that means.
I don't know. Somebody push it and let us know.
We both did just get haircuts recently, so I don't know if it's about that.
Frugal work, says Jane. Sound is clear. Well, good. Mark says it's for video editing.
Yes, new YouTubers here.
Queens Girl. Oh yeah, so you're new to us, Queens Girl, I guess. Happy you're with us. Yay.
Yeah, we're at 2 o'clock. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. It's go time. Ding ding.
That's exciting.
I know.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Welcome everybody. We're happy you're with us today in New York City. It is 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 22nd. It is 66 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and we will be going outside today on the tour. It's a bit of an experiment in progress.
Yeah.
66 outside, 19 Celsius is our temperature today. If you're new to us, we're AMP Adventures. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Patrick. We're happy you're here with us.
Yeah. And thanks, Carol. And hi, Lisa in Stoke-on-Trent. Happy you're with us. Donna says ding ding. So we're gonna. Here's how today's tour is going to go. We listed this one as an at-home. Hopefully folks are finding us from that original listing. What we've discovered is that we have to list, if we're going to use our cell phone to do the YouTube stream, we have to list it through our cell phone, and we listed it through our computer instead. And yeah, Rosie, we saw that Stefan did that, and we're trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's why there's a new link, and we're glad that you all found us over here. We're as we said in the last stream, it's like we're driving a car with square wheels, but we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
With each little thing. Queen's Girl, ultimately our hope is to use OBS, but I ran into an issue with OBS where it kept saying that it wouldn't get our data. So we bought an Ethernet port and adapter and some Ethernet cables, and we're going to try the OBS probably next week for our live stream at home. That's our hope with that.
Yeah. Corinne, thank you for that information about the clip. She said you can just take a clip of the stream by using those scissors.
Oh, there we go. Hi, Jan. Hi. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Queen's Girl, YouTube Creators Academy.
Beautiful.
Well,
thank you.
I'm going to write that down. Appreciate that. Patrick, do you have any housekeeping at all?
You know, when we used to work with the Hago company, you used to be able to take pictures, which was such a cool thing. You can still do that here. You know, you'll have to look up on your own device how you can screen capture. So if you know how to screen capture things either on your computer or on your phone, you're welcome to take pictures. Once we get out and about, I mean, if you want to take pictures of us, you certainly can, but screen captures, but I don't know why you would want to.
Boring.
Yeah, that's boring. But we will be outside in a bit and head over to Riverside Park, and you can get some screen captures there.
Myra, OBS oh my gosh, essentially a whole software program that we would stream through so that we could play some of our videos and talk about some stuff from at home and be able to control that content, which we tried to do last week. And the OBS system was having issues with my computer. So I've done far too much research on it this week to figure out why, and it seems to be an Ethernet issue. So we're looking into that. Gwen says, smile. There. Oh, Chrome gives you a screenshot button. I didn't know that. That's really good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to look.
Yeah, all the devices, all the different you know, servers and devices and computers versus phones, and you know what you use, all have different ways of screen capturing things. But that's good to know about Chrome.
Yeah. I want to. So basically, today's at home, as we have already established, is not fully an at home. It's going to be a little bit at home, and then we're going to head out. So that leads me to the first thing. A lot of people said, why wasn't this on the calendar? And some folks on Facebook mentioned it as well. Why wasn't this on the Live Virtually, the Hago Guides calendar? For anybody who might not be a Hago person who has found us through YouTube so far, thank you for finding us. We appreciate that. And we promise this content will get much more interesting and not as clunky as we start to get better with it all.
Yeah, and if you are new to us, if you check out our other videos on our YouTube page, that's more in line with kind of the things that we do.
Yeah.
And that'll give you an idea of who we are and what we do.
And the reason we're not on the calendar is for exactly what's happening right now, which is that we knew that today's stream, we had a hunch we were going to have to jump links or jump links to go from our computer stream to our phone stream. So that was why we didn't put it on the calendar. We had a hunch that there was going to be an issue at the beginning, and we thought rather than just sort of mess things up, since we're experimenting a little bit, we just thought better to not post it. Basically.
It's amazing. The links will go to continue a tour.
I like it. My kind of humor. So sorry, I'm just going to post a link into. So Freya, I'm posting in a link for you right there. So thank you. That's very kind of you, Freya. So tech savvy, Neil, hardly, but Queen's Girl is, which is wonderful. I think that's maybe who you're talking to. Oh, Donna. Oh, yeah, we could edit. Yeah, Donna, we do know that. But we knew that being our second time going live on YouTube, we thought this will be a mess if we're editing our link on YouTube and our link on the calendar. So we thought, you know what, some folks might miss it. We feel terrible about that, but it's a good experiment for us, and then we'll get better with it as it goes along. So things in the future will indeed be on the calendar. We will put that up. Oh yeah, Donna, I got you. Yeah, we will put that up. So not to worry about that. That is indeed our plan.
Mike, just press all the buttons. That's what I would do. I would just like all palms, flat palms, just hit all the keys at the same time. See what happens.
And they'd be like, did it work? Am I here? Oh, Queens Girl, you found the Marvelous Mrs. Date. Oh, good. Well, thank you for finding us. So Queens Girl and anybody else who might be new, there used to be a wonderful streaming platform called Heygo, which was all about live tours. Heygo has sadly closed down, and so we're moving over to YouTube. Oh, Queens Girl, it was a short. Yeah, we have a full length one as well that you can check out as well on the Maisel tour over there. But yeah, 144 of you found us, so we'll take that. That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Now I did want to talk a little bit about what we posted this week as well, in case anybody had any questions, if you watched the videos that we posted this week. So this week we posted a Heygo rerun of the Meatpacking District at night. And Mimi, you found us on Hen and Two Ducks.
One Hen, Two Ducks. We did an interview.
Podcast.
Yeah.
I forgot. We've never even heard that. I forgot all about that. Oh, Mimi, that's so cool. Thanks for telling us that. And so we did Meatpacking District rerun. That was Meatpacking District at night.
Yeah.
And then on Friday we put up our first Central Park tour rerun. That's part one, not the very first time we did it, but part one. Excuse me. And then we also put up sort of our we still don't know what to call them. Premiere.
Yeah, the A&P premieres. Thanks, Queens Girl, for all of that information. That's great. We'll go back and take a look at all of those things. Yeah, so we're still figuring out what our new YouTube tours will be called. A&P premieres, A&P. Yeah, we're not sure yet.
We're still toying with it.
Yeah.
It hasn't landed for us yet. Once Heygo rerun was so perfect, we were like, that's it. That's exactly it. But the actual tours we haven't figured out yet. So so those were the three things we put up this week. Meatpacking District at night, and then we put up the Central Park 1, and those were both Heygo reruns. And then South Street Seaport, which was sort of a new version as well. As you will use a VPN when you live stream. Queens Girl, I have no idea what that means.
What is that?
I'm going to write down those terms and we'll look it up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're very new to this platform and how it works, and we're, very slowly learning. So, but yeah, thanks for all the questions and bringing up all of those new things for us to look into.
Art Heart Community Arts Center. Yeah, we were just saying that in the future, yes, indeed, our tours will be on that Live Virtually calendar. Today's was not, because we knew there would be issues with the link and moving over. So that's why today's was not. It was intentional. It wasn't intentional to leave people out.
No,
it was intentional knowing that today's was going to be a bit of an experiment and definitely rough on our end. And so we just wanted to not put it out there as much, basically. So that was the plan. But in the future, yes, indeed, they will all be on there.
We also we did virtual private network. That's what VPN means. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we our hope is to get stuff settled and on the calendar, that the Guides Collective. But we're just sort of like getting all of our ducks in a row before we, blast everybody. A couple people have asked about our viewing hours. I don't know where they are. We're about 1,500 hours.
Oh, viewing. I was like, you can view it 24 hours a day. Our YouTube shop never closes.
What are our
That's
hours?
What I thought you meant. Like, we only work from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's the only time you can view our videos. No, so there's basically, for those that might not have seen our live stream last week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, tours will hit the page. Monday and Friday will be Heygo reruns. Wednesdays will be AMP premieres, something new. Tuesdays and Thursdays we'll put up shorts, which are under a minute long. So this week the shorts were Flushing Meadows, Corona Park, which if you haven't seen that short yet, it's really beautiful. Patrick got a gorgeous like minute long shot of the cherry blossoms in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park that are just stunning.
Yeah.
And the other short was our Sidewalk Garden, which we're going to see live in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to go by it live. That is the plan. So you could see our Sidewalk Garden. Mike is asking, oh, that Frank Lloyd Wright house. That was in wait, now I'm
West Virginia? Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
I forget which one that was now even.
Wait, what? Like literally, Mike, if you hadn't asked us, it would be on the right.
It's a whole complex of them, right? It's like 4 or 5 of them all in one place.
Yeah, they're creating a park
of all Frank Lloyd Wright. Some of the houses they've brought in, they've taken apart and put back in this place in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Queens Girl, we are New Yorkers. We're on the Upper West Side, and we'll be showing off some of that in just a little bit. Kathy, do you need a permit for your sidewalk garden? Probably.
Maybe, but we just put stuff in there and see what happens.
You will see when we go by it that essentially it's a sidewalk patch where there would have been a tree, but I think there probably was a tree years ago, and they took the tree down and they never put anything else in that sidewalk patch. And so we decided to plant things in that patch until somebody yells at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Queens Girl says we have a major lag in our chat. I guess maybe we do. I don't know. Yeah, that's part of what today is, because when we go out and about, we definitely want to know about how long it is.
We did change our latency on YouTube to lowest, so it should be hopefully it's about 8 to 10
seconds. Well, that's that's actually better than what it was when we tested the other day.
Yeah.
The other day was about 20 seconds of a lag time, so 8 to 10 doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah, exactly. Neil, we would love to get into Gramercy Park. We've actually never been in there, but we would love to get in there someday. That's definitely high on our list.
Our plan, Hillary, is to show off our little garden today.
Yeah,
so we're excited about that.
We're happy to show that off. Our garden and more once we leave the area. Now, I will say that if anybody is watching us and they're not able to participate in the chat, try subscribing, and then you might have a 5-minute wait before you're allowed to participate in the chat once you subscribe. The other thing is when you click subscribe, make sure you click that bell next to the subscribe so that you get notifications letting us know, or that'll let you know when we have our tours that go up.
By the way, that's probably the best way, subscribing to our YouTube channel and clicking those notifications is probably the best way to know, and just checking back on our page from time to time to know when we put up new tours, pre-recorded tours that we've added, or even the Hago reruns, or even when we're doing a live tour. That'll be the best way, is to go to our page and hit that bell notification.
Wow, somebody's giving a good tip. Aha! Did I do it? I pinned it. I did it.
Wow, who did that? Who did that? Who
I
told
did
us
it.
that? Oh, no, but who told us?
Oh, it was Rosie.
Rosie,
Everything is rosy. Thank you so much, Rosie.
We will give you posies.
I wouldn't know how to do that on our phone, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's
for them. Oh, how to make it happen on our phone.
Yeah.
Well, we'll figure that out. Rosie, that is a fantastic tip. Thank you.
Yeah. Queen's Girl is asking what our names again. So I'm Aaron.
And I'm Patrick.
Yeah. You believe that on a phone you need to use the YouTube app to see the chat using.
Yeah, that's Aaron, and I'm Patrick.
Yeah. I don't know what that means, Mark. I don't know exactly how to follow that, Mark, but
Oh, okay.
but we'll look into that again. At least baby steps. Rosie got us
Yeah.
on our first little step.
I know, Rosie.
Yeah.
Rosie's the hero. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
Rosie.
I'm making sure we've covered all of our notes. That's that. So yeah, I just wanted to, before we sort of, took off and went out and about, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew about our tours that went up this week, and to see if there was anything that anybody had any questions about. If you were curious about any of the videos we've posted so far, we have some exciting ones coming up this week. Again, Monday and Friday will be Hago reruns. Wednesday will be a new pre-record. The lag time is 0. Oh, on TV, then you're up. Oh, interesting. So Rose says lag time is different everywhere. Lots of.
Oh, okay, great. Good to
Yeah.
know. So there'll be a different lag time, I suppose, depending on what devices you're watching on, or just how you're watching us.
VB noted Rosie taught us how to pin our buy me a coffee at the top of our chat, which was very kind of her.
The B noted. Rosie just helped us with a little technical thing that we needed. Thank you, Rosie, for that.
Hi, Tina. I'm just seeing so many. Again, I'm just amazed at how many. Oh, thanks, Queens Girl. I'm just amazed at how many names we know from Hago who are here. It's so sweet and wonderful to see so many of you sticking with us as we bang our heads against the wall figuring it out. We're not banging our heads as much.
Yeah, it's this one is a little bit less stressful than last week, and it'll just get easier and easier as we keep doing it.
Now, I will say that somebody asked earlier about what we're up to theater-wise and musically, and that's part of why we haven't been on the calendar, and we've been a little bit out of the light. I was going to have the week off, and my plan was to get a bunch of stuff ready for our YouTube page. And on Monday, I got a phone call from my agent saying that there was a reading of a new musical. Somebody got sick, and could I be at the rehearsal studio in about 2 hours? And I was still in my pajamas.
Yeah, true story.
And not shaved, not showered, nothing. And so I ran to the studio, and so I worked on a brand new show all week long. We presented a rough draft of it yesterday, and it was really good. I think I can talk about it since the director choreographer posted about it. I can talk a little bit about it. Essentially, it's a new musical that's these writers took that famous picture that we all know and that we've talked about on our tours before, of the guys having lunch on the steel beam at the Empire State Building. If you know what we're talking about, that classic black and white picture. So these writers took that picture and they said, what is the story behind this picture? Like, what is the story of those gentlemen that are on that steel beam? And they basically created this story. And it was kind of cool. And the music was beautiful. It was, stunning music. If any of you have seen Finding Neverland, it was written by one of the guys who wrote the music for Finding Neverland. And I played a character named Rat Tail, which is really quite funny. I kept joking, by the way, that like Rat Tail is going to be the central character of the show. Not true. He's not at all. But Rat Tail is going to be so big. They're going to love Rat Tail so much that at the merchandise booth, they're going to sell clip-on rat tails so that anybody can buy. You're like, can I get the rat tail, please?
Yeah, maybe you'll get a cut of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's that's kind of what we're both doing right now. We're sort of working on, for anybody that might not know this about us, Aaron and I we work in theater, and we're both working on developmental projects right now. I'm in the middle of working on.
Yeah, are you allowed? You might not be allowed to say.
I don't think I'm allowed to say.
I'm allowed more than he is.
I don't think I'm allowed to say what it is yet, but it's like they're making a transfer from a movie that most of us know into a musical. And so I've been working on that, and we present it on Wednesday. So yeah, it's exciting. You have to say yes to all of these developmental projects so that you can, move on with them if they ever go into production.
Jana I think it's Janet, JB, was asking if any of those men in that photo are still alive. I'm sure they're not, because it would have been taken around
1930.
Yeah. So I cannot imagine, because they all would have been in there probably late. They would have been like 19, 20, 21 and into their 30s at that age. But basically my character essentially was kind of, believe it or not, a thug. I was kind of like a goon. I was a goon. That's the perfect, actually that is how he's described. But Patrick's working on a new one. He's got 3 more days of development on that through next week. Which is exciting, and when we can talk about that, we will.
Yeah, we will.
Because it's really
it's a really cool idea, a really popular movie that a lot of people know, and
being turned into a musical.
Yeah, and it's exciting.
Yeah. Those are our that's what's happening with us theater-wise.
Yeah.
Although we have a couple other things down the pike that we'll talk about when those get closer, and we are allowed to talk about those. Neil, my goon voice sounded like this. I was like, "You want me to go up there, boss?" That's what I sounded like.
Yeah, Rat Tail.
Yeah, it was Rat Tail and Pigeon Toe. We were the two characters, but it was really fun, and it was my choreographer from Hello Dolly was the director and choreographer of it, and he creates this wonderful room that allows you to just be creative and have fun. And so it was a week of just wonderful joy. And Donna says, how about the TV performance? One of them I filmed is not until September. The other one I think is the second week in May or so. Essentially, it's the final episode of this season of a very popular New York show that deals with lawyers and police officers.
Can figure that one out.
And when it gets closer to that, we'll talk more about it. But I know it's the final episode of this season, which I think is in like 3 weeks. And don't blink, or you will miss me. I have a line. I think it's 7 words.
Who's counting?
Who's counting? But essentially, hey, the paycheck still cashes, so I'll take it. Somebody asked, what is Hago? So that's a good question for anybody who might have jumped over, found us via YouTube. So Hago is essentially, it was a live streaming website of virtual tours all around the world. And that is where we got started. We did that for almost 3 years of live virtual tours of New York City and beyond before Hago sadly closed down, which was such a bummer.
Yeah, we started in the summer of 2020 with Hago, and it was a really cool platform where a lot of the people that are on here now used to watch Hago tours, and it was this really cool thing where people from all over the world got to get together and hang out. So that sadly closed its doors, that platform. And so Aaron and I are kind of moving over to YouTube and trying to keep that momentum going. And because we loved doing the tours, we loved showing off New York. We love New York City, and it was fun.
Robin, yes, I will be credited. Hi, Robin. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome in Georgia. Lots of folks are saying you miss Hago. I know we miss it too. We really do. And but we'll all figure out how to do it together on YouTube, and we'll keep on going together because it was special, and so we'll continue, doing special stuff here. I will say that we got so many terrific ideas last week from folks of what you wanted to see. Because what's exciting about YouTube is now we'll start filming some things that we couldn't do live on Hago, like the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel tour that we put up. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out because it's we think a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some more coming up. There's they announced a couple cool. The Transit Museum of New York has announced some cool things that we're going to film to put up on YouTube that we've never done before, never been able to do. So there will be more of that to come. And thanks to everybody with those ideas. We wrote them down, and we are excited about that to show those off as well. Oh yeah, Queens Girl, I've seen that.
Yeah, we've seen that floating around town.
Yeah. Anything else before we get going? Before we go out, is there anything anybody wanted to mention about this week's tours or what we've put up on YouTube that you're curious about? Otherwise, we're gonna take you all outside and hit it.
Yeah.
That was for Tish, I see. All right, I say we get going.
All right, let's get going.
So again, the reason that we didn't put this on the Live Virtually calendar is because this is a bit of an experiment for us, and you're all going along for this experiment.
All right.
So
you're coming with us.
Here we go. Mike asks a good question. Is that a stained glass window behind us?
It is not, actually. Aaron, well, I don't know I forget where you got that window, but you got
I do too, actually.
Backstage at a theater somewhere. They were going to throw it out. And he put those colored panes on each of those different panes. So
I did. They're sort of like, oh, I should lock our door.
Yes.
They're like decals almost that make it look like a stained glass window. All right, here we go. We're exiting our building. The first thing we're going to take you to, we thought actually, because it's Earth Day, and we'll talk a little bit more about Earth Day, but we thought it might be fun to enjoy Earth Day and enjoy some gardens and some sunshine and some parkness.
Yeah.
So the first thing is we're going to show off our sidewalk garden. So for anybody who might be new to us and you don't know about our sidewalk garden, by the way, the yellow border is not our responsibility.
We did not put the yellow fence around it. That's the business next door did. So these are our tulips that have come in. We put all of this in. And for anybody that doesn't know, we did this. You want to fix that fence?
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know, we did this sort of covertly, like in the middle of the night, because we weren't sure if we were like allowed to do this, which we're probably not. But this was just an empty lot. And so we found some stray daylilies and some daffodils and
I want to point
some
this
tulips
out too. I don't know what this is. Somebody left it in a pot last year in this, knowing that that someone was planting stuff in here. So I just threw it in the ground and it came back. So we're anxious to see what that's going to be. The daffodils are done.
Again, we did not put that yellow fence around it. That was the business next door put that up there.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's our sort of
and somebody ran into it, which messed things up as well, sadly, the yellow bench.
Yeah.
So we have a couple adventures that we're going to show off today as we make our way along the Upper West Side. Essentially, we're going to be taking you over to Riverside Park. And I wonder if we can turn up our screen brightness.
Let's try it right now.
Give us a second. We're going to try to turn up our screen brightness.
No.
If I do like that. Oh, it's all the way up.
Okay. All right.
All right. It got blurry outside, somebody said.
Okay.
Is that for everybody? That's good to know. This is good information for us. It's not that blurry, says somebody else.
Okay.
Also good to know.
We are probably right on the upper section of the Upper West Side, I'd say, right?
So essentially the Upper West Side is bounded by the Hudson River on the west, which we'll be seeing in just a little bit, and 59th Street to the south, and then 110th Street to the north, and then Central Park to the east. And it's adjacent to Hell's Kitchen. It's adjacent to Columbus Circle, Morningside Heights. We're not too far from Columbia University.
Yeah, so we're getting lots of information. So a few folks are saying it's blurry. So we'll see how this goes. I think that's just going to depend. This is an experiment for us. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Okay, good. We're going to just keep going. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll get better as we make our way along. But we're going to give it a whirl and see what happens.
Okay, gotcha. That's where Prism, the app that somebody mentioned earlier.
Yeah, we'll definitely look into that. That's good to know. So one of the first things we want to show off is the Pomander walk right here, which actually consists of 27 little buildings. And the walk itself is 2 rows of 8 buildings that face each other with a little narrow courtyard. And each one had originally an apartment on each floor. Now some of them are actually full houses, but it's adorable in here, and it's kind of hard to show off because it's gated, but we're going to do our best to show it off in there. There you see a little bit. So it's actually name for Pomander Walk, a romantic comedy by Lewis Parker that opened in New York in 1910. And that play is set in an imaginary byway near London that it was described to have these kind of retired little small old-fashioned houses. And so they kind of modeled it after that. They're kind of Tudoresque. And it was built in 1921, this little Pomander Walk. And a little gated area here on the Upper West Side. Anita says not blurry. Well, that's good.
Okay,
Some are
good to
having
know.
not blurry. Okay. Well,
yeah, I think it's going to be different for a lot of people.
Yeah. And it was built by a gentleman named Thomas J. Healy. And what he wanted to do was he wanted to build a hotel right here where we're walking. And he couldn't get the financing for the hotel. So what he did was he built those little Tudor-style houses instead. And then, sorry, I'm going to pause on that. What do you want to do? Cross and go over?
Yeah, let's cross and go over, and then we
Yeah.
can show Pomander Walk from the other block, from the other side.
Yeah, from outside,
and get
which
to
is
show
pretty
some
cool.
of the Tudor.
So he couldn't get the financing. So he built these little houses instead, and his idea was that he was going to raise them later. He was going to tear down the houses once he got the financing for the hotel. However, he ultimately was not able to because they became quite so popular, and the houses are still here. They're landmarked, and when we make our way down here, you'll see it from what it looks like from the outside, which it really is this sort of little Tudoresque house. How's our sound, by the way? Let us know how our sound is, because we're using our new sort of Bluetooth microphones.
And Queen's Girl, thanks again. Yeah, not to worry. We'll go back. We may have missed some of the things that you, helpful hints, and we'll go back and take a look at the chat after to see everything that was tossed in there. But this is the other side of that Pomander Walk. You can see these really cool and cute little Tudor houses.
And these were designed by a New York architecture firm known as King and Campbell. King and Campbell are their names. Oh, good. You can hear us all right. That's good. Sound seems good. Good. Sound is good, but picture's blurry. Well,
Okay.
Some folks it's blurry, some it's not. So we're going to keep looking into that.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to make our way over to Riverside Park. And as we make our way over there, we already mentioned this a little bit, but Happy Earth Day, everybody.
Happy Earth Day.
So Earth Day is every year on April 22nd. That's today.
Is there a block in New York without scaffolding? I doubt it.
I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it. I always feel like, there should be like a game, like when every time you see scaffolding, an angel gets its wings or something,
I like it.
Because then there'd be lots of angels.
There's an angel on the right and an angel up ahead.
Yeah.
But Earth Day marks the sort of the birth of the anniversary of the birth of sort of the environmental movement in 1970. So Senator Gaylord Nelson, who was a junior senator from Wisconsin, had long been sort of concerned with the deteriorating environment in the United States. And so he got another congressman on board, and that was Pete McCloskey. And they basically, what they did was they decided to look at student activist movements that were so popular, like anti-war student activist movements. And so they decided to kind of go that route in order to have a movement for environmental protection. So they looked at a gentleman named Dennis Hayes, who was a young activist, and he helped organize college campus teach-ins. And they ultimately chose today, April 22nd, because it would fall between spring break and final exams for a lot of schools. That would kind of maximize the greatest student participation. And over time, they really saw it kind of take off quite quickly. It went global in 1990, Earth Day did, and 200 million people in 141 countries have sort of embraced Earth Day at this point. And so we thought on Earth Day it might be nice to show off not only our little sidewalk garden, but another beautiful park in New York that we haven't shown hardly at all.
Yeah, we didn't. When we were doing tours on Hago, we came over to Riverside Park once, but that was, I think we just did it on one tour. It was like a surprise tour. But so this is our first time on any of our virtual tour guiding ventures. to come over to Riverside Park. So we're excited to show it all.
And certainly this area we haven't hit at all. So it is a Saturday afternoon. Lots of folks will be out and about. So we'll be sharing this pathway with bikers and strollers and skateboarders and whatnot. But we've got lots of blooms coming in. We've got some cherry blossoms holding on, some red buds coming into view, some tulips all around as we make our way into Riverside Park. So Riverside Park stretches about 4 miles of the Hudson River, or about 6.4 kilometers.
This is Riverside Park, Lily Pond.
Ooh. And Riverside Park has used a lot of TV and film in addition to Central Park. 30 Rock, Friends, Seinfeld, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, You Got Mail. We're actually going to show kind of a popular spot in just a little bit. The blossoms are like blowing right off the tree today. Now, this park was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, who was one of our 2 designers of Central Park. And it was designed in the late 1800s. And it's had a lot of changes over time, quite a few. In fact, once this bike passes on the left, can we show this grating on the left?
Oh, yeah.
Over up here?
Yeah.
So notice this giant grate in the middle of the park right here. So essentially what we're going over right now are train tracks. So these are vents for train tracks right now. So what happened was this area would have been railroad tracks, some kind of unsightly dumps. And they first started to kind of plan to improve this area around the early part of the 20th century. And the New York Central Railroad, when they were expanding, they had a lot of pressure from the citizens to cover up the tracks. So that's what this area is. It's kind of like a newer area that has been covered.
Yeah, I think Amtrak comes up this way on its way to Boston. And I don't know if any of the Long Island Railroad uses it or not.
So parts of this park were designed by Olmsted, again, who designed Central Park, but then it's had so many additions over the years because of the growth of it as well. And it's still growing as well. If we were to go down to Hudson River, we would see these incredible walkways that go out over the water that they've added recently, and bike paths that go right along the Hudson River, so you can bike all along there, which is makes for a beautiful bike run. Look at these blossoms that are just coming in. It's so beautiful. Love it so much. So as we make our way past these trees, you're going to start to see the Hudson River a little bit on the right. It's going to be in the distance. If we were to jump into the Hudson River and keep swimming, we'd be in New Jersey.
Yeah, the Hudson's right there. And these cars going by, you're looking at the Henry Hudson Highway, which is the street or the highway that goes all the way up the west side of Manhattan.
Ooh, we have some quince blooming over here. There's some quince bushes. Also, Henry Hudson, the West Side Highway, if you know it, sometimes it's called that.
Oh, yeah.
You might have said that.
I know I didn't.
I was entranced by the blooms. I think I saw some azaleas.
Oh, yeah.
Coming in a little bit. Oh, those birds are loving that too. Oh, yeah. You're totally fine. Oh, no, you're fine. Thanks. Yeah.
Look. Oh, he just hid, that little bird.
They're so happy in there. So really where we wanted to take you was to this little community garden where we're headed up here, which is the 91st Street Garden. And I bet it's going to have a lot of activity today. So we'll try to be respectful for people who might be gardening in it. But because it's Earth Day, I'm sure it's going to be hopping and happening. And it's pretty unique. Was there a question you?
Kathy asked, "What's the closest subway?" I'd say the 1, 2, or 3 at 96th Street is that's the Broadway line, the #1 train. So that's probably the closest subway to here.
But truthfully, Kathy, Riverside goes from 72nd all the way up to like 158th. So it covers a lot of ground. But in terms of where we're at, that's what Patrick is saying is sort of the best. So this is kind of 2 little gardens in one. And it's really just beautiful. We'll see blooms here from early spring until late autumn. This is all maintained by volunteer gardeners. They're known as the garden people. You might recognize this as the backdrop for the 1998 film You've Got Mail. They filmed a scene over here. It actually began in 1977, and at that time, these gardeners were at Broadway in 96, so roughly where we started our outside tour. There was a vacant lot there at the time, and similar to what Patrick and I are doing, they just took over the vacant lot and started beautifying it. um, until the developers of that lot decided to put up a building. So what happened at that time was the garden people, as they are known, they went to Riverside Park, the park that we're in, the bigger park that we're in, and they asked if they could sort of take over this little area and create this little beautiful garden in this area. And they said yes. So that this has been here since 1984. All volunteer gardeners since 1984, right along here, which is pretty cool. A little bit of a topiary. I think it might be a bunny, maybe.
So they put a little cardinal in there.
Aww. And there are little garden plots. So each the garden people assigns these kind of individual garden plots to members who want to cultivate them, and and you can sign up for your own garden plot if you want. Although they're highly sought after, and oftentimes in order to get one, you need to volunteer in the garden for quite some time before you are allowed to be in a have one of the garden plots. No vegetables, only flowers, lots and lots of perennials, although you'll see some annuals as well. Um, oh, you can hear the birds chirping all
Oh,
around
the birds all
us.
very happy. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, careful. That's wet paint. They just painted the fence here as well. Or they're painting it as we speak. I see. Beautifying it. And a lot of these gardeners also use compost from their own homes, and they have a little compost area as well. Speaking of that, the city just created a giant, this is all wet too, FYI. The city just created a giant compost area right by us, uh, which right off of the West Side Highway, uh, which is pretty cool. They're starting to move into composting more and more here in the city. And what they're one of the ways that the city's going to start composting is they're going to have bins on the street, and so that people don't just put trash in the bin, you have to have an app on your phone with a QR code, and you can scan the QR code, and it opens up the bin, so you can then put your compost in, which is going to be pretty cool that they're going to start doing that.
Queens Girl, thanks for letting us know that it's blurry. We're gonna look into how we can make adjustments for that in the future. But for now, for right this second, I don't think there's anything we could do. Oh, this tree's been pollarded.
Aww.
It's coming back nicely. Look at that.
Tulips in front of it as well.
Yeah.
And some folks say the video is good for them. It's funny. It's just for some folks it's
Yeah.
great, and for some it's not. And we're gonna keep working on why that is and trying to figure that out. But yeah. Well, Crystal, of course it's clear for you because your name's Crystal. So it stands to reason. Oh my. Really beautiful. So again, this is all volunteer gardeners who take care of this.
I mean, if we had the time, we would love to
Yeah.
have a little plot of.
I mean, we sort of do have our little plot.
Well,
we're just not as good about it as these are.
We just have to do it in secret.
Yeah. Sue, I agree that the composting is such a great idea, and we're going to see more and more of that in the city, which is exciting.
Ooh.
They're starting it in again, that's wet paint by you, by the way. Careful. They're starting it in Queens, and we've got a little bit of it on the Upper West Side already. The composting. Now this is city composting. Some people compost on their own, especially these gardeners here. But the city composting, we're gonna, and I think it's by 2024 we're gonna see a full rollout, which is very exciting to have that. That'll be a new exciting thing for New Yorkers, of course. So we're happy about that.
Oh, I love seeing everyone out. Like, of course, and it's Earth Day too, to see so many volunteers out working on the garden. So beautiful.
It's about 20 degrees Celsius, about 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So we've got a beautiful day in New York. It's perfect for Earth Day, and we're basically at the end of our little journey.
Wait, whose birthday was it earlier? Someone said it's my birthday.
Jan Moore? Was it Jan Moore?
Jennifer.
Jennifer Moore.
Jennifer Moore.
Yeah.
Jennifer, it's your birthday on Earth Day.
It's an Earth birthday.
Is it
Earth Day.
an Earth Day birthday?
Yeah, exactly. Corinne, your screenshots are clear.
Jennifer, yes.
Yay, Jennifer. So yeah, we're happy you all joined us today for a little bit of at home and a little bit of out and about. Again, we knew this would be a bit of an experiment, so thank you all for being wonderful lab participants for us and with us. And
good to know about all of the picture and the blurriness, and once we figure out the OBS or Prism, one of those other things that we can use along with this, hopefully that will give us clearer pictures. So thank you for all that info to everyone. The best way to find out what we're doing is to continually check back on our page. If you don't already subscribe to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, and also hit the bell, because that'll give you notifications. As soon as you pop up on YouTube, as soon as you jump on YouTube, that little bell will have like a red sign in it. So you'll get those notifications for whenever we've added something new or whenever we're planning something new. And that's probably the best way to find out what we're doing. And you can also, not just subscribe and like some of our videos if you like them, but you can also comment and let us know what in New York you'd like to see, and we'll try to take you there.
Sue says, I like being a lab rat. Thank you, Sue, for that. For anybody who might be following the Hago Guide calendar, for anybody who doesn't know what that is, don't worry about it. But if you are following that Hago Guide calendar, our tours will appear there. Today we kept it off knowing it was going to be a bit of an experiment. And then you can also follow us on Instagram, Join AP Adventures. You can follow us on Facebook, Join AP Adventures. You can basically join AP Adventures.
Yeah, if you search everywhere. Join AP Adventures, will probably, and fingers crossed, hopefully pop up. And you can follow us on those social media platforms, or of course on our YouTube page. But yeah.
I don't have anything else to say. I'm thrilled you all joined us. I'm thrilled you all stuck with us through this experiment. And we're going to keep experimenting on our own and trying to figure out better ways to bring lovely quality content to you all, both in New York City and beyond. That's our goal.
Yeah.
So thank you all for joining us today.
Thanks, everyone. We'll leave you with this nice shot on this beautiful Earth Day of Riverside Park, and everybody just picnicking, enjoying the park. Spring has sprung here in New York City. Look at all that green coming through.
Lots of birthday love for Jennifer. Jennifer, enjoy your cake or whatever you're having to celebrate. If it's not cake, I hope it's still something sweet.
All right. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.